Hi, Chelsea fans. Glad to have you all for an English version of the post match discussion of Chelsea versus Real Madrid. Welcome you all once again. And there's supposed to be a host of panelists. I made a goof up. I've invited all the panelists and I just sent the link to join just now. So expect a little bit of delay for two of panelists. But in the meantime, we have now who is our regular uh, from all the way from US. Prasanna, thank you for joining.
Yeah, man. Pleasure is all mine.
Absolutely. So great. So first of all, your initial reactions about the match.
I mean, I was kind of relieved after we scored the second goal because second half, the way we were absolutely peppering Real Madrid chance after chance and we kept missing them. I was like, oh my God, this is going to come back and haunt us. I mean, you see the likes of Benzema just needing one chance to score. And when that second goal went in from Mount, I was like, yes, finally, we've taken our chances. And even after that, we could have scored one or two more. There was a penalty appeal which was denied. I think the referee was like, you already have two goals. Why do you even need more? So in that I think you're on mute, I guess.
No. Continue. I was like, I'm just letting you go with the flow.
Yeah. And I thought we were absolutely brilliant yesterday for the second half. First half, Madrid had like two chances at best. Both the chances from Benzema and Mendy was superb. But apart from the second half, they didn't have a sniff. I mean, we were all over them. We absolutely bossed everything in the second half, from defense to midfield and attack. We just couldn't take our chances. And yeah, man, hopefully we have a good run to the end to the season because we have 4 games in the league left. We obviously have an FA Cup final, and obviously we have a Champions League final as well. So all games, all building up to the massive one. So yeah, man, just can't wait for more things.
Absolutely. So Radha Gupta, where are you? I can't wait for the discussion. That was she's saying. I can't wait for the discussion. That's a wonderful use.
I think she is obsessed with that because every post on Twitter, she's like, I can't do this, I can't do that.
Absolutely. And Amal is saying N'Golo Kante will fancy his chances in winning the Ballon d'Or if Chelsea is winning the UECL and FA Cup. Is that
not?
Something that?
I mean, he's not talked about as much as the other contenders, shall we say. I mean, the likes of Haaland and Lewandowski, I mean, they're all there and they're talked about for a reason. And she can't stop.
I can't stop the punch. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I think the likes of Lewandowski and Haaland, they're all talk highly, and rightly so, because they have been scoring goals left, right, and center. But I think Kante is he'll be in for a show definitely, because this season he's just gone up another level, and we saw the likes of Sarri trying to play him up forward, and he was actually good in that position as well. But I think his best is at his defensive midfield position, where he does all the donkey work. He stays in front of the back four, and if needed, go on a sprint forward to take the ball forward. And I think this season he's done better than what he did in 2016-17 or even 2018, to be honest.
Oh, all right. And I can't stop with this fun. Zalana says, and Radha ma'am. Let's start with players first. And probably this is something that I was not able to touch down when we were discussing the post-match review and all that stuff. And let's start with Edouard Mendy. And before I go on to Edouard Mendy, I have the second panelist joining in. And thank you for joining in, Snigdha, on the very last moment of sending you the link. Welcome.
Hi, how are you doing, guys?
Hello.
I'm good. How are you?
And today is like the happiest day ever. I only slept like 3 hours and then I'm buzzing, and it's amazing feeling. I can't even describe it in words. How about you guys?
And you're wearing a Chelsea t-shirt. You're wearing it. Where is my Chelsea t-shirt? I think I should get one now.
So, like last time I wasn't wearing one, and all my family was like, "Oh, you keep wearing Chelsea t-shirt everywhere at the home all the time. Why weren't you wearing it in the broadcast?" I was like, "Okay, this time I'm gonna do that."
So, what was your reaction after the win or during the game? What did you feel? What was that feeling there?
I was literally like, there were tears of joy, and I I woke up till like 4:30 in the morning, browsing Twitter, liking every post that I could find because it was so emotional, like emotional moment. And then you can only share it with your other Chelsea family fans. Like, it's amazing feeling. After 9 years, we are in finals, and then this team, it's like we were kind of underdogs, right? So it is amazing to have reached this point. So I am super happy. How about you? How did you celebrate?
Yeah, looking at your face, Nick, that's very evident that you're super duper happy. There's absolutely no question about it.
I am. And if I was in London right now, maybe, we would have gone to celebrate out, but unfortunately in India we can't do anything about it. So I have to celebrate loud.
And Ranjiv Thakur is saying that our signings are starting to click at just at the right time. I would rather add a point there. Our signings have been made to click at the right time. So, Snigdha, I'm going to come and ask you. Do you think Thomas Tuchel has solved the German puzzle of how to play all these players together?
So I think, like what I've been reading, it's the same team, right, which was at the time of Frank Lampard. Nothing has changed, but I think he's called tactical genius for a reason. He must have done something to make them, work as a team, right? And especially we didn't get pre-season with this team. So I think he might have made some kind of an impact for them to work. And that was the problem when he was at PSG, that PSG didn't work as a team, right? And Chelsea, the manager has the ultimate authority if given that kind of power. So I think he has solved it to an extent. I don't know what new signings he's going to do or not in summer, but I'm really excited about it as well.
Zala Nas is saying, rather imagine winning UCL by both men's teams and women. That's going to be something unreal.
I think that would be like history, right? And it is history that the same club is in, men and women's, both the teams are right now in the Champions League final. It is extraordinary. And then
absolutely,
yes,
absolutely, that's going to be crazy. Just imagine if it was full crowd, a London parade on top of the bus, 2 Champions League trophies, all the men and women together. Unreal.
It would be unreal.
Great. So we were just discussing about the players, and probably I want to start with Prasanna on this. Is the very first player. Let's start from the back and let's move forward. And Akash is saying, "Thank you, PSG, for giving us 2 precious." Yeah. Sorry for deviating again. Just imagine the situation of a owner of a PSG. They sack the coach. That coach is right now in the Champions League final. The coach they hired,
I feel bad.
The team lost in semi-final.
But I would be like, imagine Florentino Perez right now. He was like, I'm going to create this big Super League thing. We were the first one to pull out of the Super League. And now we absolutely, we dispatched Real Madrid yesterday. And I think he came to Stamford Bridge and fans gave him a so-called nice warm reception, shall we say. Because obviously here, I don't even think some Real Madrid fans like him for the way he brought the ESL topic up. ESL topic up. And so, yeah, man.
All right. Joining us discussion now, who's become was a special guest once. Now it's become a regular panelist, a great friend, a fellow YouTuber. Welcome on, Adidev. Nice to have you.
Thanks, man. Thanks, man. Thank you. I'm doing good, Snigdha. I'm doing good.
How happy are you? On a scale of 1 to 100.
I'm 101. 101 to be honest. Last night, I mean, so basically, I've been a fan since 2001, right? So when I saw that Jesper Gronkia goal, and against Liverpool, and I was like, okay, fine, at least something is going to happen, right? And that's what I was expecting from Chelsea at that time. Then came 2012, and I'm on my knees for that Bayern Munich during that Bayern Munich game, right? And Drogba is taking that penalty, and I'm like, whatever's happening with the commentary, it's not exaggeration, it's actually right. Like, it's written in the stars and all of that. That's actually right. It's actually destiny. All of that is happening right in the very moment. And I think so. And I thought at that moment, it can't get better than this. Like, it just can't get better than this. All right. But I've been proved wrong again last night. I got, like, I'm very happy to be proven wrong again last night, because damn, dude, it's not like it was so the 2012 campaign, right? It's just my opinion, but the 2012 campaign, there was a lot of fortune involved in that, in our run to the final as well, and even in the final as well, there was a lot of fortune involved. All right. But in our run into the final for this particular clan campaign, I don't think so there for fortune has had a role to play in our run into the final, because we have dominated teams. We have absolutely dominated teams, whether it be Real Madrid, whether it be Atletico Madrid. And let's just kill that debate, no, of La Liga better than Premier League. Let's just kill that debate, no, now. I don't really understand the point of that debate also now. But yeah, I mean, I'm so happy that we have gotten to the final, one thing, but we have been very convincing in our performance in the campaign as well. That's the other thing. So yeah.
Absolutely. And Radha, who's a very strong women's footballer supporter and a YouTuber, she keeps on putting Kante word everywhere. You mean it Kante get better than this? You know, everything she's saying since yesterday has been related to Kante. So I want to start with Kante. A lot of people are speaking about Kante, but we start speaking about Kante, we will miss everyone. The whole discussion is going to be only about Kante. So I want to start with the very first, and let's start from the back. And then we'll come to the forward, and then we'll come to the coach. And I want to start. Sorry, Prasanna, this is the third time I'm asking you this question. Edward Mendy. It was fantastic.
Yeah, he was fantastic, and the two saves he made, they were crucial saves. And at that point, you have to remember, it was actually either side of the goal we scored. I mean, before the goal, he made a fantastic save of Karim Benzema, who had a turn shot. And that's what Benzema needs, just one sniff of an opportunity to score a goal. And in the second one, I mean, like, he's Spider-Man over, man. He's just jumping up, and the way he falls down is like. And I was thinking, yeah, man. First of all, thank you, Petacek, for scouting Edouard Mendy. One of our best goalkeepers. He would have been. I would say he's been our best keeper since Czech. I don't want to mention a snake in between. I think you all know who I'm talking about. But yeah, man, just a 20 million signing, and we were all saying, oh, what are we going to do with Kepa because he's not been performing? Will Caballero start this season? And he has come in and he's put everything to bed. I mean, how many clean sheets has he kept this season? It's so insane, and yeah. I think, and this is only his first season. So imagine how he'll get better and better. I mean, there are still some issues with his kicking, some distribution issues he might have, but this is his first full season. He's not used to playing at this sort of level back in France. Yeah. So I think he will get better and season after season. And when you have the defense that is in front of you, Azpilicueta, Christensen, Thiago Silva, Rudiger, I mean, your job becomes 10 times easier because they are doing the job they're doing. And your job becomes 10 times easier. But even then, I think he's been fantastic this season.
All right. There's an interesting comment that comes in between. So probably I'll have Adide that's going to take it. Then I'm going to come back to Mendy to you, or else I'm going to miss this comment altogether. What do you guys think about Pep's record in finals, 14 out of 15, and his motivation to win after 10 years, Adide?
So I'm not too big on stats, to be honest. I've never been too big on stats. I mean, those are just numbers in the end. Numbers do lie sometimes. And in the big stages, that happens a lot. But just talking about that record in itself, and like just talking generally about what Pep can bring to the table in the final for City, I think, I mean, even when we defeated City, right, in that Carabao Cup semi-final, right, when we defeated City, again, they were FA Cup. Sorry, doesn't matter. But but we defeated them. That's what matters in the end. But so when we defeated them, right, and they were kind of like a depleted side at that point of time. They had a lot of excuses to their whole scenario, some of which were pretty valid. But even if they have a full strength squad, I don't see them being so much better on paper than the current Real Madrid side. Because when I'm looking at the Real Madrid side that we defeated last night, they have, as I said before in this platform itself, they have one of the best midfields. Also, they had Sergio Ramos back. Thibaut Courtois is an inspired form for them, for Real Madrid.
Yes.
So I mean, we did play against a really good side last night, and Tuchel actually tactically outthought them. So I don't feel there would be any reason to actually be afraid of Manchester City in the final. We can really keep our heads high and then think about just keeping the game plan like airtight, keeping the defense airtight, and I think so everything's going to fall into place. The only thing that I'm slightly worried about, and this is a recurring thing for every Chelsea fan, is we just can't finish our chances, man. I mean the finish,
Exactly.
the finishing is letting us down a lot. I mean, our defense is the thing that's keeping us
Solid.
afloat currently. Is really keeping us afloat currently, because last night as well, Mendy top saves, defense absolutely top level defense, but our XG was around 3.68 if I'm not wrong, and we could have scored around 4 goals, at least 4 goals. We could have scored around at least 4 goals yesterday, and that didn't happen. Manchester City can definitely take advantage of that, and that's what we got to be wary about from Pep Guardiola's side.
I think for the next
I asked about a question. Aditya gave me a summary.
Sorry?
I was just saying, I think for the next 20 days, we should only concentrate on finishing the chances. That's it.
Yeah.
We should only practice that.
Yeah. I mean, in training, why do you want to train why do you want to train defending when you know you're pretty good at it? Just train to finish chances. Just individually train with Timo. That's all. So just individually train. But I'm very happy with. Yeah, I just want to take a. Like, I know I'm deviating from the topic a bit. I'm so sorry, but I just want to take this opportunity to really praise Kai Havertz and really praise his work rate since he's been improving. His health has been improving since his COVID-19 days, and that's really good to see. I mean, you see that on the pitch as well. And finally, he's coming back to the days of old, like the profile that he has of creating spaces for others and let others take advantage of those spaces. He's actually showing us that player profile, and that's really good to see, because that was very evident last night as well. The Timo Werner goal, I think Kante and Kai Havertz, both of them had a brilliant role to play in that Timo Werner goal as well. And Kai Havertz was just everywhere yesterday. In the attacking half, he was everywhere. He was literally everywhere. So I think that is, if he can drag Manchester City defenders out of the way with that player profile, I think it's a garden for us then.
I actually read somewhere that I think it is a record breaking. He ran like 11.6 kilometers yesterday on the field. So that is amazing.
Yeah.
And the way he tackled Cruz, did you saw that? Like, I loved it.
Kai Havertz nutmeg Tony Cruz also, no? That was crazy.
That was
crazy. That was absolutely mad. I loved it. I saw Jorginho also spinning. Jorginho spun somebody on sidelines. I don't remember which one.
I think, was it Nacho? I'm not really sure. But definitely on the right-hand side.
Yeah, but Jorginho...
The players were frustrated. They were just looking for, just foul or anything like that. But we totally outcome yesterday.
Yeah, that was crazy. But anyways, I'm so sorry I couldn't answer your question completely.
but you answered what we are supposed to discuss the entire stream. But you answered everything, so I'm not going to come back to you at all until the end of the stream.
I'll just sit back and relax now.
Sit back and relax. But I think there's an interesting comment by Rajiv coming in. Actually, we have to blame Mendy because he's not letting our strikers score even in the training. So probably. So Snigdha, your view on Mendy?
I think he has been the signing of the season. I mean, if Peter Cech, selected himself, then that is a big deal. But I also think if Tuchel was our manager since the beginning, have you noticed that Kepa also, improved under him. Right,
Probably.
he did not let many goals in. So it probably also depends on the manager and our defense. But like Mendy was superb yesterday. He single-handedly managed us a clean sheet. Like those saves were outstanding, and I can't praise him enough for that. So he has been class yesterday. So I think it was he deserves it. He deserves to win, and he's really, have you seen all the backstage stories he has been posting on
Yes.
Instagram? He really is a nice guy. Like, I mean, he has gelled in with the team, so that is something.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So I think Mendy has been a top class, and that save from Benzema was like, I was like, that shot and that save was like, yes, and then that kind of
goal
gave us
had
the
been,
confidence.
we would have struggled for sure. So he managed to, keep us in the game with that save.
Absolutely. Now, moving on from Mendy, let's go to our three center backs. And Prasanna, we have Silva, Rudiger with a mask on, and then we had Christensen. And probably the least talked about players in for this specific match was Rudiger, Silva, and Christensen. They were just brutal. That's why nobody even spoke about them.
I mean, you think about this, right? Lampard at the start of the season when we are going on, he didn't even include Christensen and Rudiger in a part of his plans.
Exactly.
That's the thing. And Christensen, when he first came in 2017-18, he had a spell of good games. He had a wonderful performance against Man United at home, and then even 2 or 3 more games. But there was one game I can clearly remember. There was a mistake against Barcelona at home in the Champions League when we were leading 1-0. And since then, his form actually kind of regressed for some time. And I was thinking, okay, will he come into the side? Will he come back and in place of Rudiger or Zuma? Because Zuma was starting and he was actually not playing that bad. So the way Tuchel has come in and integrated him into the system, the way he's so settled when he's playing a back three, Christensen, and I think Thiago Silva's experience has rubbed off to him. When you have a player who has the caliber and has the experience that Thiago Silva has, I think that's gonna rub off you. In the same way you look at how Virgil van Dijk, the effect he had on the likes of Joe Gomez, Matip, and even Dejan Lovren. So I think it's sort of the similar kind, and I think they have been fantastic this season. Whenever Christensen has played, I think only 1 or 2 games we have not kept clean sheets, and even Rudiger has been a beast. I think he's going to go home, empty his pockets, and is going to find Vinicius Junior, Hazard, and who else?
Karim Benzema, maybe you can add to that list. Or
Benzema had 2 chances, so I'll say he's probably not in our pocket yet, but he had 2 chances. But second half, you have to see Benzema, because we neutralized that midfield. You have to see sometimes Benzema drop back and take the ball from the halfway line and do something, which is not accustomed to do yet. So yeah, man. So that's just hope this continues. And you generally talk about this, say, when managers come, you have a new manager bounce and you go on this extraordinary run. Even under Ole, when he first came in, I think he won some 8 or 9 away games in a row or something, including the win at PSG. And after that, he completely falled off. They were out of the Champions League and they finished 6th at the end. But for us, that's not the case. We are seeing a steady improvement in upon game after game, and we see that if Timo doesn't score, he assists. So he does have an all-round game to him. Havertz is improving game upon game.
Let's not go there. We have time there. Before we go there, I just want to make a big shout out to both Snigdha's and Adidev's social media platform. Snigdha has a Twitter account and it's called @It's Sniggy, right?
Yes.
Right. So I just gonna type this out in the comment. Please do check out the Twitter and follow. And Adidev has a YouTube channel. Adidev, you want to share a couple of words on that channel, please?
Yeah, so my YouTube channel's name is Guru Gyan, guys. You'll just see around 5 to 6 videos as of now, but I'm pretty sure I'll be continuing the amount of videos that will be there. It's going to be around, not just around Chelsea, it's going to be around basically around football in general. There are going to be a lot of Indian football videos as well coming in. There are going to be a lot of Chelsea videos coming into the mix. But yeah, just trying to extend my subscriber base right now. As of now, it's pretty pathetic. So guys, your support would mean a lot. So thank you. That
Absolutely.
seemed like a political bhashan, but I'll stop now. Very nice.
and Snigdha, yours is all Chelsea. I can see only Chelsea content there.
Yeah, because majorly it is about Chelsea. For rest of the things, I have different accounts of, Instagram and everything. So that's okay.
Absolutely. And now moving from defense, I just want to speak about two specific people, and I'm going to come to Aditya on this, is the wing backs, Chilwell and Aspilicueta. Just Chilwell and Aspilicueta. Christensen, just Chilwell. How crucial were they in the game?
Okay, I lost you in the middle. So you're asking about Chilwell and Aspilicueta, right? Like how crucial were they? All right. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So that's what I was actually discussing with some of my friends yesterday as well. Like if he would have started Marcus Alonso on the left, probably because Vinicius Junior was really troubling us for the first 15 minutes. And I think
yes,
the presence of the defensive presence of Ben Chilwell was very much needed for yesterday's game. If it was somebody else in that position, we would probably concede a goal in the first 30 minutes. I'm pretty sure about that, because they were really attacking our fullbacks. And Cesar Azpilicueta, on the other hand, again, as I said in the last stream here as well, I really like the defensive outlook that he has. He's not very adventurous while going forward, but I really like the defensive outlook that he has to his game. And that's how they probably complemented the centre backs as well, because there was one thing that was happening with the centre backs yesterday was now Real Madrid were playing a little bit narrow. Were playing a narrow game. They had Kroos and Modric marking our two centre midfielders. So the centre backs were given immense opportunities to run in the half spaces, and that's what Antonio Rudiger was taking advantage of. Sometimes when I saw Antonio Rudiger just running in transition while Timo Werner was attacking, it just explained the whole case that yes, the centre backs have been given the opportunity to probably dictate the game a little bit more and dictate our attacks a little bit more. So that's why the defensive presence of these fullbacks was a little bit more important in that particular aspect, because whenever the centre backs were trying to move forward, these defensive fullbacks stayed in their positions. They didn't really bomb forward and support them in the attacking half, because they knew that they need to contain the counter as well. So that's why the role of these two fullbacks was really important yesterday.
Absolutely. Snigdha, I'm going to come on to you, and time to speak about two very crucial players. One player, it's said that the world is covered by 30% water, 30% land, rest 70% is covered by the player. And then partnering him was the person who was booed by Chelsea fans. Now he has got the respect of Chelsea fans, a resurgent Jorginho. So Jorginho and Kante, what about them? How did you feel they played?
So first of all, I would like to say that, most of, our fan base, right, they easily get, rattled.
Emotional.
So,
yes.
So all of our players have at some point or not, been asked to, get transferred or just sell them, or even Pulisic, I read some tweets a month back that they wanted Pulisic to, be sent off. So that's the kind of fan base we have. And Jorginho is the most, I think I have always loved him, but he is the most unrespected player. I don't know why. What is the reason? Maybe because he was at the time of Surrey, he was his favorite. Maybe that is the reason, right? So, but he did earn the respect. He was so cool in the midfield. He maintained his, even after the yellow card. Even I tweeted that he has received a yellow card and he should be, substituted so that we don't get a red. But even after that, he played, and obviously Thomas knows better, and he was really pivotal yesterday. Secondly, Kante is superhuman, some superpowers, and the goal which Mason Mount did, if you have seen that video, everyone was, Kartik covered it so fast, and that was all his goal, right? And even the one he attempted, which unfortunately was missed, but everyone, like Kante, single-handedly dominated their midfield, and that is simply amazing. I mean, have you seen that midfield? We were afraid of it, right? But
yes, exactly.
So that in itself says, and even Kante, everyone was like, he has, now he can't play that much, and sell him, and now everyone is like 4 men of the match awards. Can you believe that? So I think
back to back man of the match awards.
Yes, exactly. So from being, the player to sell to being man of the match continuously, and that is amazing.
Absolutely. He's been just such. I mean, I think there are two people in one Kante. I think there's some sort of trick that he's doing.
Yes, that's what everyone's saying is we play with 12 people on the field with him there.
Or probably he has a twin. He goes in the first half and the twin comes back on the side. Something is happening there. He is definitely doing
something extraordinary. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Now, who do you think plays if Kovacic returns?
Yeah, Kovacic. I think that's going to be a very interesting choice coming next. Once that he is fit, where do we play him? And Prasanna, the front three, good movements, strong. We scored the goals that we wanted, but missed a lot of chances. Your overall evaluation of the front three.
Where do I start on this kid, Mason Mount? I mean, this is a guy who has come to Chelsea at the age of 6. He's joined the academy. He's come through the academy ranks. He would have seen many trophies won and lost. And for him at the age of 22 to score the second goal to clinch the tie against the highest number of UCL trophy holders, and that would have been special for him. And I think he has been. We all say he has been Lampard's son, he's Southgate's son, he's Tuchel's son. But no, he's
Chelsea's son.
Exactly. Under whoever manager he has played, he has excelled. And I think people do not give him much credit, to be honest. And I think the way he runs with the ball, the way he tracks back, he's just a complete package. I even think Tuchel said when one of his press conferences that Mason Mount is the complete package, and I cannot wait to see just more of him towards the end of the season and when he plays for England in the Euros. And I think
go on. Second, and Snigdha, you tweeted about exactly this about Mason Mount. You tweeted the same thing, right?
He's not Lampard's son. He is Chelsea's son through and through, and he has grown extraordinarily. He has developed his game, and that was such a cool finish. And okay, so I'm just going off the tangent here, but did you see the pass Pulisic made to Mount? That was so calculated. It was so cold. Like, he stopped for a second. Everyone stopped, and then he just passed it on to Mount, and bam,
I loved how Couture was sprawled on the floor. That was the highlight of the whole move.
Yeah.
That just made my day. Like, he did the same thing in the first leg with Couture, and now in the second leg, cycle is complete. Very nice.
Absolutely.
And the exact same pass was made in the first leg by Mount to Pulisic. Like, that was also very calculated, so it's very balanced in that way.
Yeah. And Prasanna, that Kai's chance one-on-one. Mason Mount had a chance, Kante had a chance, but Kai, that was more clear. He was just one-on-one with Thibaut Courtois. And that got missed.
Even Mason Mount had a chance before that, and I think I think Werner put him through, and Courtois was rushing, and I was thinking he could have played Havertz through because Havertz was in a position to tap it into an empty net. But I think, hence his confidence is high, he thought he would have definitely scored. But I think, interestingly, if you see all those chances, none of those misses were by Timo Werner. To be honest, none of those misses were by Timo Werner.
Except that he missed a pass to give it to Rudiger, who came running back. That's exactly what Raju was commenting, to the center. Except that he didn't miss any of them.
Exactly, and we were having chances of the chances, and we were constantly opening their defense up like a tin of beans. And I mean, I like the background. Yeah, and we should have definitely scored 2 or 3 more. And as I was speaking to you earlier, and I was saying that when first chance was Havertz when he hit the post of Naspilicueta across. I think that was a good, brilliant header. Hit the post. Thiago Silva ghosted through the backside and he missed the target. Then Mason Mount missed the target. Kai Havertz hit it straight at the goalkeeper. Kante gets his shot got a brilliant block of Valverde, I think. And I was thinking, oh my God, how many chances are we missing? Are Real Madrid going to make us pay for this? Because that's
just cutting you there. Snigdha, was your heart in your mouth at that point of time? You were missing all these chances.
Yes, for once, like my heart skipped so many beats. What is happening? But then Kai Havertz missed. The ball was on the woodwork, but then Timo Werner made that goal, so it was like finally that happened. But otherwise, it was a missed chance at any rate.
Adidev, how screaming were you when we scored that second goal?
I don't know what happened to me. I just jumped out of my sofa and I was I don't know. I really don't remember as well because it was just in the moment completely. I was talking to some people on the phone, so we were actually watching the match while being on Discord. So I just spoke random words that I don't remember. And that was the reaction that happened during that time, and it was incredible, man. It was incredible because like Prasanna just said, right, like when Mason missed that chance, like I agree with whatever Prasanna said there, that he has the confidence. He's going with the confidence right now that he can actually take the match in his own hands per se, and that's what happened. He was trying to hit it in the top corner with that missed chance. But yeah, so I actually knew that it was a goal when Courtois sprawled on the floor. I mean, this is it. I got up. That is the time I got up from my sofa. I'm like, this is it. Please score. Now is their time. Please score. And then 2-0, I was like, no, there's no way back. We are going into the final. So yeah,
absolutely. And Prasanna, coming on to that goal again, Pulisic was a super sub. Tuchel just bought him just like that.
Exactly, and not only for that, he was superb throughout the game. I think even before that, he had one half chance where he kind of tried to turn and hit the ball, and it went way off target. And he was superb throughout the game. He was spinning Madrid players. It was just like a washing machine. Brrr! Nice spinning top, and they were, and again, like whenever he was trying to turn from them, he only got fouled. Either he got fouled or he went past them, like they weren't even there. So he's also been brilliant. I mean, this is actually a good selection headache for Tuchel. I mean, because whenever Ziyech is playing, he either scores or gives an assist. Pulisic is playing well. Havertz is playing well. Werner is giving them minutes. You cannot drop Mason Mount. So and you have Hudson-Odoi as well. I actually feel for Hudson-Odoi at this point because he's hardly getting any game time.
Yeah, absolutely. And sorry to cut you in between. And I want to come to Adidev. If you have any news, especially on Ziyech, because a lot of fans have been asking on Ziyech, and you have been someone close to Chelsea-related topics. Is there any reason why he was not there in any post-match picks or any clue from anywhere you have?
Nothing from whatever I've read so far, to be honest. Nothing that I've read so far. The news is only about Tammy right now, but there's nothing around Ziyech. It's just selection headaches. That's all.
And Snigdha, it's a quick question. I think Prasanna discussed about Callum Hudson-Odoi. What does Callum Hudson-Odoi have to do? He had to do to get into Sarri's team. He had to do something to get into Lampard's team, and now even Tuchel the same thing.
I don't know what he's doing wrong, maybe in training, but I think it might be better for him now to move, teams, because he's not getting any starting time here, and we are paying a lot to him weekly, so that is also one thing. But I think he should. I mean, maybe in future he comes back to Chelsea, but right now the good move for both Chelsea and him would be to move. Only.
All right, people are. I mean, the comments are still all about Kante. Everything is about Kante. Krishna is saying give credit to Mendy. We spoke about Mendy. I think it was 2 brilliant saves, 8 clean sheets in 11 UCL games, without a doubt. kind of closing, I think we can talk about this the whole day, but we just kind of, be respectful of time for everyone. Coming on some closing statement, Prasanna, what is your expectations going into the Champions League final? We are facing Manchester City, and we are also saying the FA Cup final. What do you look at going forward?
I think if you want to win against Man City, it's kind of one strategy: defend deep and go for the counter. That's how teams have been beating them. That's how we beat them in the FA Cup semi-final. That's how Man United beat them. That's how even 10-man leads beat them. To be honest, that's how they beat them. So FA Cup final, you can argue yes, they made some changes because they were sapped out of energy after that game at Dortmund where they had to come from a goal behind. But I genuinely think the strategy would be the same: sit back and hit them on the break. And I think the goal we score against Man City, putting Werner, he's running on the left, cuts into Ziyech, and Ziyech finishes it cleanly. And I think that would be our strategy. But the thing is, we should that would be a strategy for the final. And I think if we do that, if we stick to our plans, and if we stick to how defensively solid we have been, I think we can probably execute the same against Man City. Not taking anything away from Pep, I think he has been superb for Man City.
Yeah,
he's won countless trophies, and he has a fantastic record in finals. But we can beat him. He's not unbeatable. We can beat him, and I think their form is kind of on and off this for the past few games. And they win one game convincingly, then they lost, and then they win. So I think we can beat them. And of course, Leicester, they're also a brilliant side. They're third they're where they are in the table for a reason. They have the likes of Vardy, Iheanacho, who's on smoke right now.
He's been on form.
Yeah. And I think it will obviously be a tough game. And first, we face Man City on Saturday. So that would be a good dress rehearsal for the final. I think if Man City win that game, they win the league. So it would be a good opportunity for us to stop that for the time being. Although I think they'll definitely win it at some point. So, and every game is a final. Now, we have Man City next, and then we have Arsenal, then we have Leicester twice. Then we have Villa in our last game of the season. I think Grealish should be back, or is he back already? I'm not sure about that. And that will be a tough game as well. And then obviously we have 6 days break till Man City in the final. So I think every game is a definite final now. We have to focus on first sealing top 4 and the FA Cup, and then the Champions League final, because we have it in our hands now.
All right, great. Snigdha, what about you? A lot of smiles going on. You think that you're pretty confident about overrunning Pep.
So
it's not going to be easy. It's going to be a tough game.
Like strategically, Prasanna has pretty much covered it, but I also think that we have already beaten City. I think in next game, both of the managers will. I was actually talking to a friend of mine, and what he said, I agree with that. That both of the managers will go for a draw. Nobody will wanna, show their strategy for the big game. And yes, and I think we can beat him. Tuchel is smart. Now I kind of believe him. I was really afraid for this game, but I now think he can tactically, have an edge over Pep. So yes, and I also believe that if he was our manager from the beginning of the season, we might even be, finish top in EPL, because the team which has the most clean sheets, right? They usually are on the top of their league. And we have been doing that since he came, and that is why we are in top 4 right now. So I think going forward and beating City, however good they are on paper, whatever records they have, I don't care about that, because every match is, right? Tuchel has never managed Chelsea, so that is a first. There is always a first time, and I think we have a pretty good chance to win this. And imagine such a young team, right? Like the average age of our players is 21, 22, 25 years. And they have this incredible opportunity right now. And imagine if they win it, and they have the opportunity to win it multiple times in their career with Chelsea going forward from here. So that is also really, I think, incredible. And I think our team deserves to win anyhow. And that's what Chelsea is all about, isn't it?
Aditya, do you agree to that?
Yeah, I do. With whatever Prasanna and Snigdha have said, just just adding to whatever they have said. I mean, so when Frank won it in 2012, and then they won the Europa League as well. So I mean, so they had the incentive of doing that. Like they had the really major incentive of doing that because they were at the fag end of their careers, and they were like, we need at least one Champions League or one European League trophy, and then retire with the club. And that's what they were aiming to do. And now what has happened is, with the likes of Reece James, with the likes of Andreas Christensen, with the likes of Tammy Abraham, with the likes of Mason Mount, all of these people have come up and are blue from and have a blue blood in them, and they are so early in their careers that the Champions League pressure has just sped on them. All right, it hasn't been really, what do you say, it hasn't been very gradual with them. The pressure, the journey of that whole Champions League pressure hasn't been very gradual with them. It has just been on the face with them right now. So the test for these players would be to handle that pressure more than any tactical strategy, or more than any kind of, let's say, a mentality that these players have. It's about handling that pressure so early on in their careers that they are in a Champions League final in Istanbul, and they're playing against a side which almost looked like an impenetrable side at the beginning of the Champions League season. That is the pressure that they are going to be playing with, and it will be interesting to see how these very players who I just named would actually be facing that kind of a pressure, because it's very early on in their career. It's very early on in their career that they're actually doing that. So that is one interesting thing to look at.
Absolutely. Yes, Prasanna, go ahead.
Yeah, and 2012, we were the underdogs basically, because we're in the semi-final. We're facing the Barcelona team that practically they were the best. They were the best team in the world. They had the likes of Messi, Xavi, Iniesta. The whole team, they were absolutely brilliant from front to back. And even with 10 men, we somehow managed to get 2 goals and get a win at the Nou Camp. And even the final against Bayern in their home ground. I mean, even they were a superb team. They had Schweinsteiger, Robben, Ribery. Then I think they had Klose up top. I'm not sure. And even defense, they had Philipp Lahm. They had the best goalkeeper at that time, Manuel Neuer. And we went on and did it. And this year, no one. We were slight favorites to beat Real Madrid because they were not in the form that they generally are, but we beat them convincingly. And Tuchel didn't just in the FA Cup semi-final. We just didn't beat Guardiola. We beat them convincingly as well.
Exactly. We were dominating. I mean, there's something interesting. For a change, statistically, Real Madrid was a better team. Statistically,
we had
normally during Lampard era, it's the reverse. Statistically, we are good, but in terms of performance, we are poor. At least for a change, it was the other way around.
The thing is, after Sarri, right? Like after Sarri, we always craved for some beautiful football. And then for one season, when we actually saw that beautiful football, all of us were like, Frank Lampard shall lead us forward. And I was one of that pack. I'm not saying I wasn't.
Me too.
Yeah, I was one of them. I still believe when people tell me that Frank Lampard was not deserving of a Manager of the Year award nomination for that season, I was like, bullshit. What were you watching? Were you watching basketball? So that's what I was actually. That's what I'm telling you, because that one season he was really good. We didn't have any other option. Everybody rejected the Chelsea offer. We went for a lot of managers. Frank Lampard was the last option. Still, he accepted it. And he did a very good job for that one season. But then I never expected him to actually, even if he have spent that much money, there was that one danger that was always there. How will he handle a star-studded dressing room? He handled a dressing room full of academy talent in his first season. Now there are 70 million stars coming into the picture. There are proven German talents coming into the picture. How is he going to handle them together? How is he going to handle probably an Antonio Rudiger in his second season running? So those were still doubts that prevailed in my head. And whatever happened with Frank Lampard, commiserations. But we need to be very, very proud of what Tuchel has achieved in a very short span of time. And just extending from what Prasanna said with the 2012 campaign. In that 2012 campaign, we still had a lot of experienced players in our setup.
Yes, exactly.
Who were playing for the national teams, who were playing for the national team for a considerable amount of time. And that certainly helped us a lot, because that does help during the game as well, while handling different situations. But right now we have a team which is only about a year old, because players have come into the first team like only a year back. Mason Mount got his debut a year back. Tammy Abraham got his debut a year. Reece James got his debut a year back. Andres Christensen was on the fringes. Edward Mendy wasn't even in the Champions League picture, for crying out loud. So I'm talking about these fairy tales that we are looking at in the Champions League final, and that is something that is much more interesting than anything that we are going to watch, at least in the near future. So yeah,
absolutely. I think we're going to come to the right end of it. Just overshoot the time. I think when we speak about Chelsea, we're going to speak about Chelsea the whole long. I hope to catch up you guys for a match preview discussion, probably for upcoming Leicester FA Cup finals, probably even the Champions League finals. Hopefully, all our times are managed, and catch you up for a pre-match discussion. That would be fantastic. Hopefully, Balu can join at that point of time. Hopefully, Tom is also available. Let's see who are all available at that point of time. But I really want to thank all of you to join this particular session. Prasanna, thanks always for the extended support. Prasanna, you also have a YouTube channel, which is your name, right? Which is Prasanna Balakrishnan.
Yes,
exactly. And he does sports videos, guys. Please go ahead, search for Prasanna Balakrishnan. Thank you, Snigdha. I put her Twitter account @it's Sniggy, which is very interesting.
Yeah, that's what my friends used to call me. So.
Yeah, absolutely. So please go and follow her Twitter account. It's all about Chelsea. And then we have Adidev Guru Gyan. He has his own YouTube channel. Right now, there are a few less subscribers, but let's kind of help him get more subscribers. He's been a great support. So, guys, thank you so much. Thank you so much for joining. And thanks all the fans for joining. Take care. Bye-bye.
Thanks a lot, guys. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.